The one thing that you cannot do if you believe that your loved one is a victim of elder abuse is to be silent. My name's Anita Steburg, and I'm the founder and CEO of Steburg Law Firm in San Jose, California. Abusers rely upon everybody's silence. That is where they get their power. That is how they get away with it. If you suspect or if you know that your parent, your loved one, your aunt, your uncle, your neighbor has or is being victimized through financial elder abuse, you need to take action. I hear about so many families that tell me, I sat silent for so long. I did not know what to do. And so what they do is not take any action. Or they say, yeah, it's wrong, but what can I do? I don't want to upset my older my older sibling. I don't want to upset my sister. I want to respect what my parents taught us, and that was you don't fight with family. And so the abusers rely on your silence so they can perpetuate and continue the abuse of somebody. And with financial elder abuse, that becomes trickier because a lot of times the loved one is somebody who has diminished capacity, which means they have memory issues. They may forget. They may have their free will so easily overborne that they're taken advantage of without them even realizing it. The abuser may be so good at convincing this person that the action they take is in their best interest. Something I've heard over and over and over from my clients is, well, my sister said that mom gave her everything because after all, she was the main caregiver. She gave up everything to take care of mom. And that can be valid, but that was a choice she made. By making that choice, it does not give the abuser the right to take everything away because it has far reaching results for the other siblings, for the other family members. It causes the lack of the transfer of intergenerational wealth. It harbors deep, deep resentment. And by keeping silent, you're not doing anyone any favors. That's not what your parents would have wanted. If they had a child who stole from them outright, right? They go to the movies, they think about it when your parents were, 30, 40, before they had any issues. If they had gone to the movies and they came back and everything was stolen that they held dear, all the family heirlooms, their bank account was drained to zero, and they found out that that was one of their children, they would probably call the police to get their stuff back. So, why is it okay to allow the sibling to do it and to take care of somebody who the elder had relied upon? The one thing that you cannot do is if your parent or your loved one is a victim of elder abuse is to stay silent because it perpetuates. And I have seen families where this same abuser abused their parents and then went on to abuse maybe an aunt and then maybe an uncle, and they end up with all the wealth from the family. And what they've done is they've usurped those individuals' free will. And they were able to do it because the family kept silent. Can there be things to do to rectify it? Absolutely. Can there be things to do to make it right? To speak out for that parent who might not be with us or has such diminished capacity they can't testify and tell you the story. And they definitely don't think it's anything wrong. They have lost the concept of money. They have lost the concept, and they cannot appreciate that if they gave their house to this one person, it means that their longstanding wish that all their assets be divided equally between all of their children cannot be recognized, and it can't be done. There are ways. Some of those are legal actions, some of those are non-legal actions. Sometimes it's filing a suit, sometimes it's looking at other alternatives. But the one thing you can't do is to stay silent. And if you are hitting a roadblock every time that you call the police or you call APS, Adult Protective Services, or if you're trying to call the insurance company and you're hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, you're calling the wrong people. There are attorneys and law firms such as myself and my law firm, and the attorneys and the staff that work with me, that we help correct this. We don't stay silent. We rectify and correct the abuse that has happened. And so your parents or your loved one's longstanding wish that perhaps it's all divided equally amongst their children can be recognized and can be fulfilled. If you'd like to discuss your facts and your circumstances in a client confidential meeting, please give our office a phone call. If you think somebody you know would find this useful, maybe they're in that situation, please share this with them. They're not alone. This happens way more often than I would like to admit. And unfortunately, I have file cabinets full of these type of cases. And the reason they're full of these types of cases is because we're good at what we do. We have a proven track record to rectify this type of wrong. So give our office a phone call if you find yourself in this situation where we can talk to you about your situation with complete confidentiality and talk to you about things that you might not have considered. I look forward to meeting with you.